Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. And as you can see, I am doing some furniture right now, and I just pre-vacuumed everything here. Took a little bit of time, not too bad. I actually used my Shark rocket over there with its power head on the big cushions and a lot of the flat areas, and that goes really fast. And the power head, of course, gives it agitation, and that pulls up pretty well. And then I have a hose. You can see I have a hose hooked up to the hush tone here, and a nice big upholstery our tool there for getting all the details and everything. And this actually is really not a very soiled piece. It's actually a slipcover, and I was here 3 weeks ago. If you go back 3 weeks ago on my videos to where I talked about the cottage cleaning, that was this job. And as you can see, the slip, even the covers come off the frame, and there's feathers in here. So that's something that is, if you want to be careful when you're doing fabric like this, because you don't want to be penetrating through the fabric and getting the material inside. Let's have a look. You can see it actually has it's cotton, and it's white, but you can get that really wet when you're cleaning if you're not careful. So don't do that. I'm going to show you how to do this in a sec, or one way to do it anyway. Now, when I did this job, I did this cottage and I did the house next door, which is the main house. And if you go back and watch the videos, there's terrible, I don't think I actually showed this, but there was a big, huge urine stain going right across here. And in the media room, which I showed that video where I was treating the urine stains, there were a couple that had reappeared a little bit. And this one has come back just a little bit. It was a very obvious stain here. I just treated it with some ClO2, and I've got some Proxy there, which I will, if it's still here by the time I leave, because it's just damp right now, I will spray a bit of Proxy on. That'll just knock it out of the park. She was very happy with the way it turned out, because she was sure she was going to replace this carpet here. But I think I can get that final 10% gone. And in the media room, there's, I think there was 1, 2, 3 urine stains that had reappeared slightly. Again, almost entirely gone, just very faint. But if you go and look at the video there, you'll see how bad they were. But that was 3 weeks ago. So, and I always tell people when I'm dealing with those scenarios, if anything comes back, let me know. I'll drop by and treat it again, and once in a while I have to do that, but usually I'm 100% successful with the first shot. Not always, but that's the miracle of using ClO2. Fantastic stuff. So let's do a little bit of furniture cleaning, doing some cushions, and I'll show you. So obviously I'm using my handy dandy little Ryobi sprayer and my Black & Decker OP with microfiber pads, and we're going to spray a little bit, and that's actually fairly damp. I don't need to get soaking, I just need to get it damp. And that's it. I'm not really wanting to penetrate through the fabric, and that's why I'm very careful how I apply. And I'm using Omega Citrus, which is neutral pH, and has citrus in it, obviously. That's why it's called Omega Citrus. And the citrus will cut through oils very well. I'm doing these 2 pieces, and then I go back next door, and I'm doing 2 more couches about the same size, and with loose back cushions again. Oops, turn that on. And a chair, and that's what I'll be doing for the next 2-3 hours. Can't So you can see that this is a very, I've shown a few videos of this now, and this would be like, this is a SETT method, meaning it's soil extraction transfer technology. Same as, basically it's the same as what I do for carpet cleaning, only this is just the upholstery cleaning version. Applying the solution, agitation, and then transferring the soil out using absorbent pads, sometimes a pre-scrub with a fiber pad or what have you. You could do that on furniture too. I could put get a fiber pad and cut it in a circle and use that. And if I ran into a piece of furniture that was quite soiled, then I would do that. I haven't really cleaned a really dirty fabric with this method yet. I'm looking forward to trying that. I haven't been using it that much. I've mostly been using, obviously, my Von Schotter dry foam machine and hot water extraction with my, well, either the PB3 or the E600 heated portables. But the more I use this, the more I'm liking it and preferring it. It's easy to do. The results are great. There's going to be less risk on any fabrics that are possible bleeders, or you might be concerned about a fabric yellowing. But if you don't get it very wet and you're using a neutral pH, that's not going to happen. As you can see, I put the tarp up on top here, so that as I spray, I don't want to be constantly spraying the cushions that are below me. So that's why I did that, obviously. Get a really even cleaning job out of this, and of course this actually is an OK, so we're going about, I think it's going 1750 RPMs per minute, maybe faster actually. But this seemed to work really well. I haven't found a situation where the speed was maybe too high yet. Seems to be just ideal for this. This is the Black & Decker. I'll show you the number in a minute. Where's the number on it? There you go. WP 900. There's only a couple of stains on this fabric that I saw when I was pre-vacuuming. On the main cushion, actually, there was a couple of stains, and I did give them I sprayed them already with the Omega Citrus, so they've got a chance to dwell. We'll see what it looks like when I get to them. And this fabric will dry. How fast? Well, you saw me do this one, and it actually feels dry already. Pretty darn close to it anyway. So that's a wonderful thing when you're dealing with fabrics that you're, maybe concerned about getting them too wet. And I've seen guys doing cleaning with pads on YouTube, and I've seen some of these guys really hose the fabric down. And if you're gonna call yourself a VLM upholstery cleaner, well, you don't want to be hosing the fabric down. Oh, look, there's a mark right there that suddenly appeared. Look at that, eh? It was invisible a second ago. Oops, I just lost my machine there. So that's why back to the spraying. That's why I really like this Ryobi. It puts out the right amount, I think, for this application. It's got an adjustable jet on there too, more or less. I think I put a extra spray on there. That's why it's damp there, or darker there. It was one of the spots I pre-treated. I don't actually see a stain there, but it looks damp now. Oh yeah, film the spot is gone. Now there's this stain here. Well, that's kind of interesting, huh? I'm going to put that aside for a minute and take a look at that before I'm done. Okay. That's pretty wet, but it's just on the surface, and that's actually what I want. I don't want to, penetrate through the fabric at all, especially since it is down. Corner's looking a little bit grubby. Oh, I see a little, sort of a little, almost a defect in the stitching there. I thought it was a spot, but no. Okay, one more of the back cushions. Again, it's actually fairly damp. You can see I go like that. You can see it turns white. So there's a fair amount of moisture there sitting on the surface. I'll carry it into the fabric with the pad. and that way I'm able to control the moisture level in the fabric a little bit better. So I think that this, especially for new guys in the business, this really is a much safer way to go about getting into upholstery cleaning. The only concern I would have is certain fabrics may not like the aggressive, or may not like the agitation, but I don't think that will happen. That'll be a real common problem. But if you're doing this, just make sure that you know what you're, if there is any, if the fabric seems like it might not tolerate the agitation, then you're going to have to be a little more careful. But you could slow down if you're using another machine. This one can't be slowed down, although actually it could, and I'll tell you how. But if you used a machine which is just using a circular motion, and you can slow it down enough, then you'll be fine, I think. And if you want to slow this one down, all you need to do is you get yourself a junction box and a rheostat, like a dimmer, and you put the dimmer in the box, like a double box, and you put the dimmer on one side and the outlet on the other, and run a wire into to plug it in, and then you plug this machine into the box with the rheostat, and you can increase and decrease the voltage, and it'll increase or decrease the speed of that machine. Nice and simple. I haven't really felt the need to do that yet, so I haven't bothered doing that, but maybe one day I'll do that just to show you guys how to do it. It should be really easy anyway. So now we're going to go to the big cushions. Don't think I'll need that anymore. So the pad is getting soiled, not terribly soiled yet, but this furniture was actually pretty new. And the lady who bought the house, you go back to the 3 weeks ago video, she bought the house and it came with the furniture. She actually paid for it. She paid for this furniture, I think $3,000 she told me. It wasn't cheap. And it wouldn't have been cheap furniture to buy either. This is not cheap stuff. See a stain right there just appearing a little bit. I'll just do one side at a time here. Spray, that is. So you can see on these really big type of furniture pieces where you've got these big wide flat cushions, how this probably is going to be, in most cases, faster. And the other thing is that I think that you're much less likely to end up with uneven and cleaning appearance and kind of the blotchy appearance. I think that this would be much less likely to occur doing it this way. Now if it was really soiled and I was doing it this way, I do think that's one of the possible limitations that we're going to run into. But I think that if you put a fiber pad on the machine, on the OP machine, and give it a good agitation with that, like as if you were doing carpeting with your set method, just think in the same terms. That you need to agitate, give it extra agitation, and maybe apply a little bit more solution. Well, not too much more. You just need enough. So it's coming up. I think it's going to look just fine. Okay, we're going to flip the cushion. And I'm going to do it that way. Okay, here was a spot that I'd pre-treated. There was a little spot there. Okay. Now I've actually been cleaning, counting the pre-vacuuming. Probably, well, more than half an hour anyway. Probably more like 40 minutes, 45 minutes now. Of course, once we get past all the cushions, and the body goes usually quite a bit faster. So time-wise, I'm doing good. I'll go across the front edge of it. And I'm going to turn off the video in a minute because my battery is going dead. Just got the notice in front of my face. I think I'm going to put a bit of peroxide on there. Looks like a bit of color. And I got to go around the sides on this cushion yet. I've only done the front here. This part will be at the front. Okay, I'm going to let you go now that you've watched me for a little bit. And the pad is actually getting soiled. Not bad, but it's coming along. So hope you enjoyed that. And if you're wanting to try this method, pretty simple and easy. Just follow the principles. Don't overwet, and make sure you do a really good pre-vacuuming beforehand. Okay, I'll let you go. So have a good day. Thank you for watching.